This is the station yarn. Real talk round the table, scars and all. From the first to rush to the long ride home when the sirens fall. Real firefighters, real conversation, laughing through the hard and the heavy on our hearts. Pull up a chair, lean in and listen. Every yarn's got a truth at its start.
All right, welcome back to the Station Yarn. This podcast isn't about hero stories or highlight reels. It's about the people behind the turnout gear. The laughs, the tough days, station life, family life, mental health, and everything in between. Just firefighters having a proper yarn. So today we're sitting down with Glenn Metcalfe. I've heard a nickname, Snowy Met.
Snowy, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, Snowy Met.
My whole life, just about, yeah.
So we're going to sit down and talk about his journey in the job and the person behind the helmet. So, mate, thanks for coming on.
Pleasure,
Appreciate
mate.
it.
Pleasure, Harry. Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. So, first of all, tell us who you are and where you are in the fire service.
Yeah, so my name's Glenn Metcalfe, yeah. I'm currently based at Chartwell Fire Station on Red Watch in Hamilton, yeah.
Yep. Off camera, we're talking about you starting up in Auckland, so can you run us through
Yeah,
that?
yep. So, I started in Auckland, I suppose, going way back. I joined the job in 2005, lived in Hamilton, and kind of got a little bit inspired by joining from my next door neighbour. And so I started the process, loved the process even, right? Going from day one, from turning up at a physical competency day, or not the pack day, the first day, the introduction, all that sort of thing, and then doing the pack day and in an interview. And yeah, the only opportunities were Auckland. I said, great, like I had a sister that lived there, and so got stationed at Onehunga, 2005.
What watch were you on there?
I was on Blue Watch.
All right.
Blue Watch at Onehunga, and I spent probably a little over, over 12 months, under 2 years there. And then just tried to work my way to the south just to make it easy for the travel. But absolutely loved my time in Auckland in terms of the work and the people. It was great. I think back now, I don't know how I did the travel for so long, but I did it. And enjoyed every minute of it. Really, had great crews to work with. Makes a big difference. That's part of our job, right? We kind of are all like-minded people, generally pretty active and healthy, and we got into playing a lot of golf with a couple of the boys, and so it made my time outside the job really enjoyable while I was up there as well, because I did stay up and do those sorts of things and days off with Ian Benjamin, Benji and Vinny, and Matt Evans, my boss. We play some golf. It was really cool. So then obviously didn't really have the intention ever of moving to Auckland, so my plan was to try and get to Hamilton, but took some time, but got there in 2012.
So again, we talked off camera. You went from Onehunga to Mangere?
Yep.
Then on to Manurewa?
Yeah.
What were the differences you found in the stations?
Well, I mean, again, I didn't, it was all new to me. I was, a rookie in the job, so going from, Onehunga was great. Like, it was my bedding in period, my learning, cutting my teeth in the job. I did have a great crew for getting me out and doing things early, learning the trucks, learning how to use pumps, and getting around the area. And it did take me some time to get a decent fire, which all firemen want to get when we get in the job, right? We want our first fire to happen, day one preferably. Took some time in Onehunga, but as it turns out, fairly synonymous with big factory fires in Onehunga, right? So did have a couple of good jobs there, and Mangere was a little bit different again. I think busier in terms of structure fires, car fires. I seem to be always going to car fires and Mangere, and again, a great crew. I did move watches to Green Watch, and had a great crew. We all got along really well, and again, the opportunity came to move to Manurewa with Vinny and Benji, and Matt Evans as a boss, and that was great. Like I really enjoyed Manurewa for the work and for the people. You know, again different. You know, it was before our medical turnout responses came in. You know, the memorandum with St John. So I know it's got a whole heap busier with that sort of thing now.
Well, I actually think, and I guess somebody from Mangere could verify this, but I think they've got their own personal medical packs now. That's how many medicals that Mangere go to.
Yeah. Wow. Even
So,
Mangere now too. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's changed our game, didn't it? You know.
Oh, totally.
Certainly it was harder for some
Yeah.
than others, but yeah, difference. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
And-
like I joined in 2009, and I think it was 2012 that that memorandum came in.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
in that time, I think I'd only gone to say one or two medicals, and then after 2012, man, you had one or two every set.
Wow.
You know.
I was already in Hamilton, yeah, and we did notice, obviously increase in it, but I can just imagine in Auckland, it would have
Yeah.
been, especially it's at South Auckland, I think, the numbers were big, you know.
Yeah.
But,
So you don't get much down here then?
we get funny, we go through periods where you do get a run of them, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Where I am currently at Chartwell, we often are the first there before the ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
So we do get a few, and we make sure we're prepared for that too. You know, what we do well, I think. In terms of firemen now with our first responding and that. So yeah, but no, we have runs of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
off and on.
What's the ambos like down here? Are they pretty hectic? Like up in Auckland,
Yeah.
they are run off their feet,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, 100% the same. Really good crews that we all work with. Got to know them really well, as you guys will with responding with them all the time. So they really appreciate us, and we obviously will do whatever we can to make their job a bit easier because we know what they go through
Yeah.
24/7, right?
Yeah.
So they're a similar plight to us, haven't they, with their structure of their company?
That's
and
right.
they're always wanting resources and people, and yeah, they deserve their dollars too, man.
Well, like as we know, or as we get told, it's not minutes that count in those times; it's seconds that count. So if we can make a difference until they arrive, like we're doing our job well.
100%. Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, "Oh man, I wish we didn't go to medicals and stuff like that." But man, it's still the same. You're helping somebody.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
potentially saving someone's life. So
Yeah.
I don't mind them at all.
Yeah, that's right. But I think we've become very good at what we do. With our initial response and our primary surveys, possibly like the CPR, putting the defib on, doing oxygen. We're very good at that now. I think it's our go-to for us, and then the support we help with. The paramedics and the ambulance stuff when they get there. So it still doesn't. It's not easy seeing some of the things we see, right? The emotional side of things and the families and things.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot that's not just. It's a bit complex, right? It's not just about turning up and doing our best to help them. It's like seeing things that are outside of what 95% of the public would ever see.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, and it's great outcomes when we hear them.
Oh,
It's a good feeling, right?
Yeah.
To know that we've kept someone in the family longer, and
That's right.
So it's really neat. Yeah.
It can be pretty hard when it goes the other way, though. Like I've had a couple of guys up in Auckland that have dealt with some babies and things like that. Now that's hard, especially if you've got kids at home. But I think our classic sit around the table and have a yarn, or the likes of the VT stuff and all that. We do have some good tools that we can use in the job to like help you through those stages. But going to like kids and stuff like that's pretty hard.
Yeah, that's one thing I think. I was thinking about it before I was coming here, thinking, well, the reality of it is, people see us in the fire truck and it looks cool and we wave out and all that, but there are times when things hit you pretty hard. And there's an instance with a child, like you say, it wasn't long in the job for me. I was down in Hamilton, but it wasn't long after I got here, and I remember going to a medical call, and we got there first before the ambulance, and the mother was coming to the door as I was coming in first, and just handed me this infant, said, do something, right? And yeah, that to me was quite, could I do? I didn't, that's the first thing I saw. So, we do our CPR and the ambulance turns up, but that little baby, that little infant sort of head stuck in my head for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
That's the first, and like you said, we dread going to incidences where there's young people, because it's the start of a life, and we never want to see
Well, especially like
things.
what like okay, we're only well, in my opinion, we're only first aiders, right? And anybody can get a first aid certificate. But when you're presented with that, and you're like, "Fuck, what do I do?"
Yeah. And you want to look like you're going to help put that baby in a better place.
Yeah.
Because mum's panicking, right?
Yeah.
So what's the worst thing I could do? Do the same thing. So very very hard to to reflect on it and go, could I be better? Could I have done better? What could I have done? Well, I don't think I could have done anything better. So we know that, mate.
So you touched on it briefly, but about getting some inspiration from your neighbour. How did you come into the job?
Yeah, so back when I was young, probably late teenager, 19, I thought about the fire brigade appealed to me, right, and so did the police, right. I sort of felt like that would be my setting in life at some stage. Right, I didn't go down that route early on, but when I got to I had a career. I was overseas for a number of years. When I came back, I was mid-30s, and I probably wasn't that sure what I was going to do, really. But I was, driving some tractors for my brother at a contractor business, and that was great, and I sort of wasn't rushing into anything anyway. But where we lived and where we bought a house, my neighbour was a station officer in Hamilton, and became quite good mates with him. Like he actually was really helpful with everything when we just moved back, and I got yarning to him about the job, and he was telling me all about it, and blah blah blah, and over a few beers and coffees, and finding out more, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind having a look, so I come to the station and I started doing a couple of ride-alongs, and I started the process pretty much after one visit to the station, and went through the process. And so that was probably within, and I was very lucky, I guess, probably within 8 months. So I'm trying to think, February, March, April, May, June, July, it was 7 months. I was on a recruit course. Yeah.
I love that period too. You go and do one part of the recruit process, and then you're sitting there waiting. Like, I don't know how it works now, but you're sitting there waiting, going, "Oh, I probably didn't make it. I probably didn't get in." And then a letter turns up in your mailbox. Like, who sends letters now? A letter turns up in your mailbox, and it's like, you have passed this part. Blah blah blah. And right to the, it was after the interviews, I was like, "I've fucked this. I'm not going to get in." And then I was still working my old job, and I came home one day, and there's this pile of boxes, and I was like, "Oh, well, they're not for me." I have no idea what they are. I thought they were for my flatmate. I walked in, and I was like, "Bro, your boxes at the front door," and he's like, "Nah, they're yours." I was like, "What?" So I went out there, and there's these like stack of boxes, and it was all the uniform.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I was like, "Fuck, I made it. This is cool." So I don't know how they do it now, but that was a highlight for me, getting the letters at each stage, and then the uniform turned up, and then next minute I'm going down for 13 weeks to Rotorua,
Right, and similar for me, I felt like, that initial, the pre-entry physical, you do, we used to do it, and you'd turn up, and you'd go through the motion, doing the rope and the ladder and that sort of thing, but pretty benign, pretty easy. And you get through that, you're like, oh, this is quite cool. This is neat. You're at the fire station, there's trucks around, they're driving in and out sometimes. And then the next stage is, you've done your cognitive, and then you go the pack day, and you go down. I went to Rotorua and did that. And I was like, oh, this is cool, man. This is really neat. Oh no, I went to Auckland. I was Mount Wellington. Sorry. Mount Wellington, and this is neat. Met a few people, and a few people that had tried many times, And I thought, oh yeah, this is me. I really like this now, And then you get to the interview, and each stage, you got more and more enthusiastic.
For sure. But
and
still,
knowing how difficult it was to get in, like
Yeah.
You and I time, like there was a lot of people applying, and
Well, and it was all written on a piece of paper that,
yeah.
whereas now it's all just done on the computer.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
trying to write stories about yourself. You're like, I hate talking about myself.
I got to thank my wife for a little bit of mine as well. She's very
well,
articulate.
if we're talking about that, then I have to thank a couple of old ladies that I used to work with. They helped me too. Turns out one of them is Hayden Edwards' mum. So,
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
So, do you remember your first call?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, we got K28'd, so I remember that. I didn't know what we were doing, where we were going. Well, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
It was from Onehunga, and it was heading over Southwestern Motorway 10, towards Mangere.
Yep.
And I remember them I think my driver was driving pretty quick because I was new and he wanted to give me a bit of a thrill too. So it was quite exciting, right? And then I heard them talking and laughing. I thought, what's going on? I said, oh no, we're going home now. Why? What's happened?
Yeah.
So my first call was a K28, so I turned back the station. Yeah. So and I was almost like, phew, I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm going to get there.
Yeah. Probably the same thing. What do I do? How about your first big fire or first big job?
Yeah, well, I sort of touched on it off camera, I think, about being at Onehunga, and it took me some time to get a fire, right? And it was about 9 months, right? A structure fire. And I know exactly when it was, because it was the day or the morning of our transition to wearing flash hoods.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, right.
I didn't wear my flash hood. But that's all right, I got away with it. But yeah, it was 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It was a K99, multiple calls, persons reported, literally a couple of minutes from the station.
Oh, right.
So it was a bit hair raising, So I do remember going in and just putting these flames out, which I thought, yep. But luckily the person was out. So a small little villa, and I feel like down towards the bottom, towards Church Street.
Yeah,
Quite exciting, and I remember getting a photo with my crew afterwards, because I think that was off public. But very exciting to actually get one. You could say, I've been to a proper fire. A proper one.
Yeah.
But it was all the bells ringing, right? When you say persons reported, multiple calls, so it was, oh shit, this is for real. This is us.
Were you at Onehunga when they had the Motor 10 fire? Or had you moved on then?
Yes, I was, but I feel like I was on leave.
Oh,
I had nothing to do with that. Like the first Southdown fire as well. Yeah, I was on leave. So I missed those, and there was been plenty, as you know, plenty of big fires down in
for sure.
Onehunga, but missed that. Mitre 10 was a biggie too. Yeah.
Well, that was I'm pretty sure Mitre 10 and Southdown as well was where they were like calling for firefighters to come in, and it was even on TV. If you can work, come contact.
Crews from Hamilton again, like the big convention centre. Where crews from all over coming up, with trucks and things.
Yeah, crazy time. Matt Ackers, I don't know if you saw that episode, but he started at Onehunga as well, and he said pretty much the same thing. Not too many fires, but when there is fires down there, they're huge because it's all the industrial area down there.
That's right. Yeah.
Whereas for me, Roskill, it's mainly it's all residential. So we got. Yeah. I had a fair few house fires there.
I backed up. I've been backing up with when I was at Onehunga to quite a few in Roskill too. Yeah.
Had quite a few there, but all of our factory fires and stuff was coming down to your patch, Onehunga. Yeah. What were the early days in the job like for you?
Yeah, again, it was a new learning environment for me. It was something completely different, and I was obviously, I wanted to be good at my job. I wanted to be, so I didn't want to let anyone down. So I felt in Auckland very, very structured and a lot of training, a lot of theory work, a lot of sitting around the table, OSM work, operational skills maintenance, and so felt like we were in my early days. I felt we were very structured and very, all about the learning, which you should be always. But yeah, I was always on edge a little bit. I mean, it didn't come natural. It didn't come easy to me. All the skills, like the learning part of all the practical drills, I needed to do them over and over and over to get competent at them. I was like that on my recruit course, So I had to work hard to try and be good, and I wanted to be good practically, in particular, because I wanted to know that when those bells went and we're going out the door, that you sitting next to me could rely on me, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want you to think, oh, what's he going to be like today, or is he okay, or not okay? Is he going to be a good firefighter for me? That's why I wanted to be that guy. I wanted to be the guy. Yeah, I've got snow in me. Yeah, we're all good. Let's go. Fist pump,
Yeah.
So I wanted to be good at the practical things. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much
It's
the most of our job, you know,
yeah.
practical. Like, we have to sit down and talk about things.
Yeah.
But the main crux of our job is practical, you know.
Yeah.
And I love hearing that too, like that you wanted the guy sitting next to you to know that, he can do the job and he can do it well, you know, like that's been a big part of my career too, you know. I wanted to make sure that everybody in the truck knew that I could get there, I could do the job and I could do it well, you know. So they knew that if shit hit the fan, you know, I could pull them out, or I could, you know.
That's what I dread, is that it's a big job. This is, and not every day we're going to, like Chicago Fire on TV, right? We're not going to that every day, but we are going to them.
Yeah.
And when it's on, right?
That's right.
So I totally agree with that, that we need to have everything squared away, and we look after each other, and, do the best we can.
And I mean, I do think complacency does, come into play a lot. But, if you're out there training, doing drill and stuff like that, it might be tedious, and, you might be like, oh, I can't be fucked doing drill today. But push comes to shove. If you go to a big fire and you're like, damn it, I wish we did that drill the other day, Like,
it can be timely too. Yeah, you're right. And we're not always doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for the younger guys on the crew, or the less experienced, maybe the newer guys. Like I don't know everything, and any drill was good for me, right? But sometimes it's the benefit maybe comes from some other people getting flush with what we're doing. Better, I just on that here, I remember. Feeling like in myself, I've always been pretty honest about my ability, right? But I remember feeling I got the level 2 training gear, line rescue kit out one day, and I had the gear out, and I'm like, I can't remember what the fuck to do. And I felt there was a bit of a light bulb moment. I need to get out and train with this, and my crew were really good, very competent at that, and we started doing a lot more training, not just because of me, but I think I really needed to start getting this thing sparked up, and got training, being the belay man, being the rescuer, putting all the gear in the right way, doing everything right. Well, the next set, we had a child rescue on the river. Right. A kid who was just out of the water, absolutely exhausted. Police boat wasn't coming quickly enough. I was down. I was in the rescue gear. Right? And I said, I've got this. Right. So big buzz, big light bulb moment. That training is important.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I don't know what all stations are like. I can't speak for all stations, but, like at Auckland City, the guys, if you say to them, oh, we've got to sit down and do this paperwork, they're like, fuck no, and go and find another job to do, disappear. But if you go, hey, boys, can we take the truck out? Can we, do some line work? Because we're level 3 at City, so do some line work, or can we do something with the rescue tools and stuff like that? Everyone's just like, let's go, man. So that's cool for me. You can't practice enough in our job,
No, I don't think so. And not, the line stuff, and you probably get quite a number of jobs, right? Level 3.
Like you said before, you get those periods where there is a lot of line jobs.
You need to, So, no, did right. Yeah, it's something that, it's not, all the work we plan for, it might take some time to come sometimes, but it will come.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a bit petrified in Hamilton, have been for a number of years now, that we're going to get a high-rise job's going to come, right? we don't have the capability. Soon we will, in August, hopefully, with our new aerial,
Yeah.
right? But as we all know,
You mean August 2040?
I'm optimistic this time. Right, God, yeah. So our snorkel's not capable for high stuff, right? And you guys are well depleted with aerial appliances as well.
Yeah.
We're going to get something, right? And we need the kit to do it, and we all need to be across it, with procedure for those are the things that think, well, like I say, complacency, but those jobs happen for us. We know it only too well, that they do come, so we want to be ready. Yeah.
Was there someone in the job who really helped shape you early on?
Oh, there's been lots, to be honest. Yeah. I probably can't single out too many individuals. I've watched and followed and closely at some senior firemen that I thought really sharp and across everything really well. So how the heck do you know all this? How can I just ask you that and without going away and looking in the book? So there's been a number of those firefighters. I wouldn't say one in particular. I certainly enjoyed my time at Papatoa and Greenwatch when I was there. We had really, really competent people there, doing, just all round the station. So, just taking little bits and bobs from everyone, I guess, has been the key. Yeah,
because there's some pretty skilled guys out there. I'm the same. I haven't really been shaped by one person. More just taking bits and bobs from different people. But man, there's one guy. I won't say his name, but there's one guy on our watch now, and he's exactly what you said. Like, we call him the Oracle, because you say to him, "Oh, what's this?" And he'll know it down to the size of the bloody bolt on the whatever you're looking at, and you're like, how do you know this information? How do you retain this information? You know, and it's about anything and everything on station. It's
a bit of a gift, eh? Photographic memory.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've got a couple of people that are just very, very clued up with that, with plucking things out of their head, eh?
Whereas they're like, "Oh, Harry, what did you do yesterday?" I'm like,
"What day was yesterday?"
Yeah. My name is Jeff. Yeah. So station life is a big part of the fire service. What's the culture like at your station?
I think that's me, mate. Oh. Yeah. It's overtime.
Get it, mate. Get it.
No, excuse me.
Yeah, I'll come in now.
What's station like? Well, as you know, I think I'm assuming it might be similar in Auckland. Morale's a little bit low at the moment, to be honest. But we try and offset that with a bit of training. Stuff in our days off, moves from work. At the moment we're doing this challenge, right? This as an emergency service group, we've got quite a few guys in Auckland and Hamilton. We're rowing every day, right, for 30 days, and so I think that where I am, we're all quite keen to be in the gym. We get in there and do that. We try and keep each other upbeat. The other ways we just need to navigate through this little bit of a difficult period, really. But as a normal week, we're on the rescue tender at Chartwell. We've got level 2 gear as well. Not every truck has it in Hamilton, so want to be across all the skills. So we'll get all the gear out. We'll play with that, But overall, I think it's a good vibe around that each watch, I think, are getting on. It's just we're trying to galvanise ourselves, I think, in this current climate with what's going on. But
I see on social media, I see a fair bit of workout stuff coming out of Hamilton. You guys are pretty keen on keeping fit.
Yeah, well, there's certainly some guys at the next level. Yeah, I mean, I've never done CrossFit or anything as such, but we've got some weapons in the actual CrossFit world in the fire brigade, and we've got Olympic rowers. We've got Paul Gerritsen. From Paul was an absolute beast.
Oh,
so
out the gate, would hardly train, and then he'd get in there, and you're like, how?
The guy is an absolute animal, yeah.
Yeah.
Physically, yeah. And, you know, but not, we've got a couple of other, you know, New Zealand representative rowers, you know, Commonwealth Games, kayakers and all sorts, you know. So very, very sort of, you know, fit, motivated people to stay fit, you know, if they and train and that. So we have the opportunity to do that for 1 hour a day, as you know. So yeah. Yeah, it's good. We're quite competitive too, isn't it? You know,
Oh,
or the rowing or the biking. I do a lot of biking in my days off or running. You know, so often by myself because no one seems to want to come with me, especially Matt, who I work with. Yeah, but look.
he's too busy. That's what he said about coming on here. He was too busy.
Oh yeah. Matthew, yeah, he's a runner now. Yeah,
Is he?
Oh yeah, he's doing a lot. Yeah, Dave, make sure you just mention that. I see you've been pounding the streets a bit, mate. You're a bit of a runner.
He's
Yeah.
not surfing so much anymore.
Yeah, no, he's a runner. He's probably
Wow.
he's probably bought new running shoes now too.
Yeah, I didn't think those legs were big enough to run.
He'll say that as well. Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what makes a good crew?
What makes a good crew? Oh, gee, I think you know, you've got to be respected, right? You've got to be part of the why we're here. We mentioned it before about I want to be someone who someone can rely on. We want to be able to rely on each other and know that we can do the job. Got to have a sense of humour. 100% got to have a sense of humour. You know, got to be willing to make yourself a little bit of a target too. I think you can't be too. You got to let your guard down a bit. And be vulnerable.
Well, I always say, if you're willing to give it, you've got to take it. You have to take
100%,
it.
Yeah, I learned that. I used to get a bit sensitive about some of the abuse I got too. You can't say what you say and then not expect.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah. Look, I mean, days can be different too. Like sometimes guys aren't up. For one reason or another. Seeing that can be a bit of a skill too. But I think overall we're people that join the job. We are like-minded. We're active, right? We team player is a big thing. I think you really got to be ready to pull your weight and maybe the weight of someone else for a bit. Now and again.
Well, I think
what goes round comes round.
Exactly. I think, like you said, we tend to. We've got all these professional athletes in the job, and I think we tend to. They gravitate to the fire service, because it's still a team.
Yeah.
You're still working together. You're still quite competitive amongst yourselves, so we do end up getting a lot of professional athletes in the job.
Yeah.
Which is cool,
Yeah. I mean, they add so much too. It's that pushing yourself. When you further than you think sometimes.
That's right.
Further than you think you can.
Like Machu running the streets.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I want to go running with him now. I've seen his numbers come through on the Garmin.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
He's a dark horse. Yeah.
What are some of the best parts of the job for you? Like moments that remind you why you joined?
Yeah. Well, I think a good old structure fire. Is, I mean, I love going to call. Actual calls. Give me them all day. Right? MVR. I mean, I don't want to see people in danger. I don't want to see people, getting hurt. But going to a structure fire, going to an MBA. Those are the things that we train for. I love to do those sorts of things. And running into a fire.
Yeah.
And I've done a few cool things in my life too, but I still get a real buzz out of doing that. Like the hairs on your neck coming up.
Well, I mean, like this is the thing. Like we'll sit there and go, "Oh man, we went to this epic house fire. It was so cool." But on the other hand, it's somebody's house. It's somebody,
right.
and they're like, "Why was it cool?" And you're like, "Well, that's what we train for. That's what we train to do. That's why we're here." So and it's so few far in between, so we don't get time to go to a live burn, and that's our live burn.
That's right.
So
that's it. Yeah, and friends have asked me the same thing. Oh, what's it like going into a house fire? Like I couldn't imagine. It's like, it's a real buzz, and they say, well, but people are losing. I said, yeah, people are losing their houses, but our whole, sort of mindset ethos is about making it better when we get there. Right? We can't change what's happened before we get there, right? But all we can think about and hope for is that we make it better when we get there. Whether it's saving someone, or whether it's saving part of their house, or whether it's stopping someone's house from being flooded more, it's making it better. So if we get that, get that through, oh yeah. But going into a house fire, that's exciting for us. First thing I want to know is everyone out. Double thumbs up, right? Yeah. Let's get in there and let's just put this thing out. So
yeah, I remember this house fire we had, and the boss on the day, good mate, he we turned up and the front of the house was gone, completely gone.
Yeah.
And so we were starting up, sort of getting ready in the truck, and we got out of the truck, ran the hose to the front door, and he came straight up to me and he was like, Harry, front of the house is gone. All I want you to do is save the back, And it was because he wanted to try and protect the memories that were in the house that weren't already lost, And
right.
so I did. I smashed in the door, went in, closed off the door, and then I worked backwards, and we did. We saved the rest of that house, and, it was a cool feeling.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's like you say, it's those memories, eh? It's a photo album, or it's a wedding photo on the wall, or a family photo, that, you'll get it.
That's right. Was there a moment in the job that really hit you? Like, this is why I do it?
A moment, yeah. I think since our medical response, a couple of times, like, don't always hear the outcome of when they go in the ambulance, but I do remember a few, but one in particular, and I couldn't elaborate too much on the who's and the whens it was and that, but I just remember doing our job, working on someone and not looking great, and they actually went home from the hospital in a week, So that's a save, right? We were there first. So again, that's quite important, that we did something, and the outcome was that person was able to come home to their family. So that's a tick in the box, right, for hey,
sure.
Man, if we weren't there, would it have been the same? We know how stretched the ambulance service is, St. John. Would 2 or 3 minutes have made the difference to that person's life? Probably in that instance. So we can take that,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so, and that's happened 1 or 2 times, but there was one, and it was in Hamilton, and I just remember, wow, that's cool, that person's alive maybe because of us,
That is one thing, like, you see it on all the programs like the 911 and Chicago Fire and stuff like that. They actually, after going to something like that, they go and check on the people. They go and see them in hospital. I wish we did that, it could go the wrong way. You might turn up to the hospital and they've passed away, but, like the times where they have pulled through and they have survived, you're like, you get a sense of,
that's the nice feeling.
I helped,
Yeah, that's right. And do you get that in Auckland with, your relationship with the St. John and the paramedics and maybe the shift managers? Do they give you a call, or do they sometimes text you and say, hey?
It's usually when it's gone the other way.
Okay.
And so they'll sometimes, like at City, we've got a pretty good standing with the guys across the road.
Yeah.
And so they will come in and go, oh, hey, just checking on you guys. This is what happened. This was the outcome.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it or whatever,
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. But again, it's only done by if they have time, because they're so far stretched,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So obviously the job has its tough moments, like you've just spoken about. How do you personally deal with the harder jobs?
Yeah, it's sort of, it's hard because I've never felt like it's affected me enough to go and reach out or something like that. I'm conscious that there are friends of mine and there are other firefighters that it has culminated in a point where it's become too much or a lot, you know, and they've had to. And I sort of question myself sometimes and wonder, well, am I normal that this isn't really staying with me, you know? Because, like I said, we do see, you know, 99% of the public don't see what we see, you know, and probably hope they never do, you know. But I guess on reflect, I did mention that, you know, there was a small child that, you know, that could see the face, you know, for a number of time. That's the closest I've been to, you know, thinking, this is not fun, and I you know, don't know what to do. But I just kind of, it's a tough one, to be honest, for me.
Like for me, I just sort of try and shut it out, really, you know, like bottle it up, shut it out. But I go and do the things that I enjoy, you know, like I'm not playing golf as much anymore, but I was going out and playing golf and taking it out on the ball, you know, or try and jump on one of the boys' boats with them and just get out in the ocean and just go for a fish. Or like now I've found a lot of peace in myself. So, you know, like I just sit by myself and just reflect, you know, and in terms of using the tools that we're given through the fire service, I don't really tend to use those, but I've got a couple of good mates that I reach out to when I'm struggling, you know, just have a yarn to them, and they're usually like, harden the fuck up. And you're like, whoa.
Look, I've got a good number of people I know I could knock on their door and say, hey, can we have a chat? And it would be, the piss take would probably subside pretty quick, because I think they know, right? Okay. So I know that if I needed to, my first port of call could be one of the boys. I know I've got a number of guys I could hit up, right? So that's good in knowing that too. That you know, I wouldn't be alone if I felt, you know, but felt I needed the help. I needed some help, and equally, you know, I could be a good listener too. If someone wants to have a chat, you know, like I'd like to think I could put all my ribbing aside and all my dumb jokes and listen and have a good ear, you know.
And do you think we as firefighters talk about this stuff enough, like getting those demons out, I guess?
I don't think so. I don't think, you know, I think we're still you know, got the hangovers of the tough guy, you know, of our parents and their parents, you know, or their fathers, in a sense, you know, that you know, I don't ever remember my dad giving me a hug, you know, but like, you know, it was always my mum, you know. But yeah, you know, I think we're getting the word out. You know, I think we're and we've got managers that are, you know, more than happy for us, or, you know, to offer support, right? To say, do you need a hand, or, you know, look after yourselves and look after each other and that. And you know, I think we're getting through. I don't know if that's, you know, if that's 100% correct, but I think we could do it more. I think if you need it, I'd like to think it's there, but I still don't think we go ask. I don't think we're quite there yet.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say his real name, but BK's quite into that whole whanaungatanga thing, right? And that's talking about the whole mental health side of things, which is cool, like leading from the top, you know?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
How has the job affected life outside of the station? I hear you're doing some stuff with motor neuron disease.
Well, as you know, we get a little bit of downtime if we want it, you know. I mean, there's things, you know, I've got my I've got a young boy, he's 24 years old coming up, and so I have the time about, you know. So I started probably 2 or 3 years ago, I started running a lot more. I used to mountain bike a lot and things, and decided that I wanted to get this running thing going. And I just also, back from my previous life, I had a friend who I played rugby with, and he was a wonderful human being. His name was Doddy Ware. Played for Scotland. He's sadly passed away of motor neuron disease a few years ago, and he created a foundation that was to raise money and awareness for this disease. And I don't know how much, Harry, you might know about motor neuron disease, but in a brief nutshell, it's, you know, it's a neurological disorder that stops your muscles from receiving the message from your brain. So you lose all movement, right? And eventually you lose the ability to swallow, and your heart as a muscle stop.
Wow.
So there's no real cure. There is no cure. There's no real meaningful treatment. And the lifespan of most people who are diagnosed with motor neuron disease is between 2 and 4 years. Right?
Wow.
So Dottie lasted nearly 5 years with motor neuron disease, and his first symptom came from a sore hand. He thought he just jammed it in a gate in the farm. He's down in the borders of Scotland, and it didn't go away, and sort of a long process ensued, and he had some tests done, some neurological tests, and some needles through the roof of the mouth, and all these horrible things, and come back with a diagnosis. And his words were like, Dottie, you have ALS, motor neuron disease, and it's time to get your sort of affairs in order, because there's no cure and you're going to die in a couple of years. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, right.
As a 48-year-old man, 47-year-old man, that was pretty startling news. How do you go back and tell your family that? So he created a foundation called the My Name's Dottie Foundation, and it was about a big drive in January to the whole ethos of his philosophy was to get out and do things be active, because people with motor neuron disease lose that ability to move, right? And movement is a gift, shouldn't be taken for granted. If you can get out and ride a bike or walk or bear crawl or handstand backwards, go out and do it, and see the beauty of the world. That was his idea. So he drove this thing for people to go out, and they would raise money. And I jumped on the bandwagon after a couple of years. I wasn't big on social media. I felt so disconnected at being in Scotland and the UK were big on it. So I started doing it here, and I started doing it after a friend at our club, whom the family are well entrenched in our rugby club. He was a policeman in Hamilton as well, and he's a very close friend of mine now. He was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, right?
Right.
So I have upped the ante myself once I knew this, to try and support him and raise awareness and yeah. So I run a lot. I've been running. Because of my mate Ricey, I ran a marathon 2 years ago, the Queenstown Marathon, which I never thought I'd ever do. He got me through it because he was a multi-sport athlete, triathlon, Ironman, and now he can't move.
Working with it here, is there a website that people can go to, or is there social media? Or?
Yeah, there's kind of, Motor Neuron Disease New Zealand have the foundation. They offer amazing support for motor neuron disease sufferers and their families. So the drive that I did with Dottie and Dottie Aid is actually a UK charity, so we're raising money for that. But in terms of I was just doing things off my bat. I try and raise some money to help, because I know Ricey would he has been cared for and looked after well by Motor Neuron Disease New Zealand, by Hospice Waikato, places like that. So we're really trying to support them, and a couple of endeavours coming up, with charity rugby games and just exposure, but also just letting people know that life can be taken from you in many different ways and shapes and forms, right? And one of the worst ways, I think, this motor neuron disease, you're compos mentis completely. You can hear and see things going on. You can't speak. Rice is at the stage, he's a sharp, witty, funny, cheeky bugger, and he would normally be quipping back on so much, but you lose that ability, you can't. You can't move. So get out, see this beautiful world we've got, and enjoy it because you can, and because that movement for us, the simple things like getting up and jumping into that swimming pool or going on that golf course, we don't think about it, right?
Yeah.
So sitting on here all day is not good for us.
No.
So I've always been an advocate for being active, but I think it's just been magnified and multiplied by my, association with some very amazing people that I just want to help in some way.
Out of the turnout gear, who are you and what do you enjoy? Obviously running. I hear you played 40 tests for Scotland.
Yeah, that seems like in a previous life now. Yeah, I did. I've got a amazing wife that we've been together for probably nearly 40 years. But
You're
Yeah,
sitting there going, it's 41.
yeah, no, not quite 40. Yeah, so, but you know, like, yeah, I mean, I owe everything to her as well. You know, for for the person she is, and she's been able to keep me on track, I guess. You know, but supported me with my sporting, life that I had. You know, our son was born in Scotland. You know, Sam.
Cool.
So he's just at this time thinking about maybe joining this job.
Oh, yeah.
Which I'm a little bit excited about.
Yeah.
The timing might not quite right, but he lives in Auckland with his lovely girlfriend, and they've got a life up there they love. But I think he might be ready for a change soon. But so obviously I'd love to be able to support him on that opportunity if he wants to take it forward. But yeah. I'm youngest of 8 children, believe it or not. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
and are they all here or Scotland or?
No, they're
spread?
all here. I was born in New Zealand. It's
Right.
my grandmother is Scottish, but they're all here. Sadly, I lost a sister in Auckland a number of years ago, in 2008, to cancer. But the rest of us, are a little bit older. I'm closer to 60 than 50, but they're a bit older than me, and so. Yeah, but they were all a wonderful support for me when I was doing my thing overseas too. So
Yeah.
But just keep trucking on now and watching rugby, and just remembering that I'm so glad I'm not playing rugby now. I think the size of the person I am now wouldn't have survived. I think it's moved on a little bit.
Yeah. You do see some of those guys out, and they are giants now.
Man, yeah, it's different. It's trust me, it's what we thought was working out and using the gym, and it's not even a warm down for these guys, right?
Yeah, you see some of them in like 300 kg deadlift as a warm up. You're like, what's something about firefighters that people might be surprised about? Like what you do or what you might see and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are surprised that initially people think, oh, so do you guys just go to fires or what else? So they don't know that we go to, and in fact there was a podcast for I forget his name, but whilst we're going on with that, what we're doing, he just rolled out off his tongue all the things that we do and go to now, medical calls, gas leaks, chemical spills, car accidents, like cliff rescues, dog rescues, so it's pretty much everything, isn't it, right? So I think people are surprised that we do go to so much. They're surprised, as probably when we turn up to medical calls, they go, what are you guys doing here?
Yeah. There's no fire.
Yeah. So, sometimes think we get a bit of a bad rap. They think all we do is go to sleep at night and work out in the gym, which, that would be great if we could do that all day and all night. And sometimes it happens. It's certainly not. And you'd sort of know from where you work, you're not sleeping all night, right?
Definitely not. No,
so there are some
absolutely
stations that maybe get a little bit more of a rest at the night, but yeah, we're ready to go at any moment, eh?
Oh, honestly, like at City, like some nights, the only time you see your bed is when you make it, when you first get there, and that's it. It's like, you could get like 10 calls a night, so you're not sleeping at all.
No. It's tough, and it'll take you a day or a day and a half to recover, right?
That's right.
By the time you get back into, and then you get to sleep in your own bed again for a couple of nights, and then you're back doing it all again. You start sleeping well again, and then you.
What does the fire service mean to you personally?
Oh, like it's my 21st year now, and firstly it's gone really quick. I can't believe how quick it's gone. But I'll look back on this even just now, and I still am so excited about getting in the truck and going to respond, right? And I hope I never lose that. So it's probably been the biggest part of my life, in terms of my work life. It's it's been everything really. It's been 21 years and one job. Having it, it's a unique sort of life for us too, right? We're almost like a family, because we spend so much time together. So we learn how to adapt to other people
Mm-hmm.
a bit better, you know, I think. I wish we still spent more time outside of, this is my opinion, more time to get out of the job, you know, than I don't think we do as much as we used to. Busier lifestyles, I think world's changed a bit, you know, other pressures and things like that. But, you know, yeah, because, you know, when it's all gone, and I sort of feel if these guys that do retire and they want to sneak away quietly, you know, I think it's, you know, it's tough to lose some of the stuff we have, you know, and a lot of it is the friendships and the camaraderie and the unique kind of time we spend together, because it's not in the office, 9 to 5, standing over the water cooler talking about blah 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 or whatever, you know, and then sitting in front of the computer or going out and meeting clients and that, you know, we're together. We're like where I go, they go, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
So we you know, so it's different, and it's I think going back to our why we do it, you know, my background playing sport, this was an easy transition because I love the team environment. I love being part of a team that's got to get a job done, you know, and I want to be a strong link in that chain too. So, man, it was the best decision I ever made, right? Was to sign on the line and say I want to join the fire brigade, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think I'm probably, you know, have been a good fit for it. I think it's been good for me, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
And so saying that, if you went back with the knowledge and experience that you've had now and talked to you on day one, what would you say? What advice would you give?
What would I give? Oh, I'd probably not do some of the things I've done. I would definitely stay in that learning environment for as long as you can, getting used to that progressive learning for get to a level, you know, where you may or may not want to be a station officer or a senior station officer. But I would say all the assignments, all the applications, all the learning you can do it all. You know, there's a lot of downtime in the job if you want it. If you lose your motivation, I think, you know, I think you'll regret it. I think you need to stay in those books. I probably should have done. That's one thing I should have done, was carried on. Of 2/3 of the way through station officer stuff, I stopped. I should have started earlier, and I should have just stuck at it, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason why I can't now. Like, I'm not making excuses. I would say to me, do it all. Me on day one, keep in that learning environment, keep sucking it all in. Don't sit back and think you know this now.
I think with our job though, like, it's good. Like, say you are losing your motivation, we've got enough branches. You know, you got like your USAR that you could get into. You got lines, you got the hose repair stuff. You know, there's so many different things that you could do. Now, even with
Risk reduction, is a big one.
the water rescue, risk
Water
reduction,
rescue,
community readiness, all that sort of stuff. There's enough to re-spark that motivation.
Sometimes it can be difficult to move in that avenue, though. You know? It could feel like it's a close shot. I know some guys do have that feedback, right?
For sure.
That it's not a close shot, but it's like, I've looked at the door, and the door.
You say it's close shop.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, but there certainly is plenty. There's plenty that you can do, and I would certainly change a few things that I should have done differently in that. But certainly if I told my son, if he's joining, you know, I'll be getting him to, don't you sit down until you're told to sit down, or don't, you know, I would be getting him to that that mindset of being busy, right? Being busy, and just earn your stripes, you know, work hard, learn, and the practical side of the job will come. It doesn't always come probably as quick as you want it to, by going to calls and things, but it will come. But it's a good job. It's a good job, mate. Yeah.
Some little quick fire ones. Best station meal you've ever had?
Oh, best. There's been a few. We've got some seriously good cooks in the city. I'm at Chartwell. Whenever I get overtime on Green Watch in town, there's a couple of guys there. I won't mention names. I'll find out if they're cooking, and I'll be doubly proud. Look, I can't think of one, mate. yeah. Some guys have done eye fillet steaks. You know, you can't go past a good eye fillet.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how they do that. But yeah, but no, we've got some serious meals. You know, I cook my own at Sharpeville, so it's a low bar for me. But yeah, the city station, it's always good to get in there because they all eat together, cook together. It's probably you guys do as well, don't
Yeah,
you?
pretty much unless there's a few people that have dietary requirements,
yeah.
pretty much every station and every watch in Auckland cooks,
Yeah,
that I know of.
Yeah.
But city station, we definitely cook. Even on
Yeah.
a Saturday, we do Saturday sausages.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
good
that's,
stuff. Yeah. Because what's your crews there? You got how many guys? You got 8, 10? What have you got there? Yeah.
8. Yeah, 4,
Two fully.
8. Oh, 10.
It's 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a lot of guys to be messing around the kitchen, eh? If you
Yeah.
you eat together, cook together, it's a cool vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah.
Coffee or energy drinks on station?
Yeah, well, I'm definitely coffee.
Yeah.
I've never had an energy drink, apart from some Red Bull and vodka.
Oh.
That was a long time ago, also. Yeah, I'm definitely a bit of a coffee drinker, and is it the same up with your way? Is there a lot of coffee machine on every station? Is there?
We like to support the locals and get off station.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing like,
We're a bit cheaper now. We can't afford to go out and get coffees all the time.
come on, we're Jaffers, mate. We have to go out for coffee. Any good station traditions where you are?
No. Station traditions. Can't say there are really.
Yeah. Well, like I said, our one is Saturday sausages. So that's Ringo.
Yeah.
Right. So every Saturday there has to be something with sausages.
Wow.
That's our station tradition.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's an end of an era coming, isn't it, with Ringo?
It is 15th of June.
Wow.
That's it. Done. Sign
Some
off.
guy, he was revered when I joined. He was the senior guy, and he was much respected and revered. And yeah, that's going to be a changing of the guard, all right.
One of my goals in the job was to work with him. I didn't know how I was going to do it, how I was going to achieve that, but getting onto Auckland City Blue with Ringo was an absolute dream for me.
Yeah,
It was like, I want to just pick his brain, learn some good stuff off him, and I managed to do that, which was cool, real cool.
I think, because like I met him once or twice, early days of my career, and he certainly would not remember me, but I remember him. He's not a big guy, right? But his stature is huge, and I remember listening to him just recently. He was talking about our job with what we're going through at the moment with our management, and I actually sat and listened to him talk because he's been around for a very long time, and he spoke from his perspective about what is wrong, and he's 100% right, but also like, if anyone knows, he knows, right? Because he's seen it all, and he's seen management come and go, and he's seen our job for how long?
56 years. Yeah,
56
years.
So he's seen a fair amount of changes. So I was really interested to hear what his take on it was, and I'm sure Saturday Sausage is going to continue.
Oh,
in his honour,
100%.
Right?
Yeah,
probably for another 56 years at least.
Yeah.
But station traditions, I don't think we sort of have a particular thing. But we don't cook as a crew. We've got we've had people gluten free, and we've got Matt Lahana who won't eat vegetables.
Is he still doing the carnivore diet thing?
Lovely man. But, So no, I suppose we regularly try and all get to for a week out in the gym and do something together. Eh?
Yeah.
We used to get off station and play a bit of forceback. I ended up hurting my knee a little while ago, but so those days are over, mate. I played many years of professional rugby, and what's actually curtailed my my running has been playing forceback with the boys. I better sit straight. The boss is coming. He's the boss.
Just a couple of quick fires. So, what's the most underrated piece of gear that firefighters use?
Most underrated.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'd like to say the hooligan tool, because I always wanted to just smash doors open with it. I haven't really had the chance.
There's definitely some things that you see the American guys using it for, and we don't use it like
No,
that here.
no, we don't. We don't. I think it's got many uses, and I think we should be taking it with us more because if you had it in your hands, you might just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I tell you a quick little funny story?
Go for it.
Quick funny story about the hooligan tool. Christmas Day, a couple of years ago, we had a scrapyard fire in Te Rapa, not far from here, and going like the clappers, we could see the black smoke. It was actually a guy who, it was like a wrecker's yard, but it wasn't. He had a whole lot of junk there and everything. Anyway, big fire, dirty, stinking fire, hot Christmas Day, on the highs and low, we're dragging it around, putting this fire. I was absolutely knackered. We just had Christmas lunch, like literally after we stopped eating. And he had a whole lot of wrecked cars, half them on fire. We'd put them out. There was another couple of cars a bit closer to, away from the fire as such. And I stopped for a rest. We'd put it out, and I had the hooligan tool in my hand, BA all on, and I just chucked the hooligan tool on the bottom of the car, and it slid off and fell down. I picked it up and put it on again. Slid off and fell down. I got pissed off, and I grabbed the hooligan tool with the spike and went into the bonnet. Right, you're not fucking going anywhere. And next thing I get told, oh, fuck, that wasn't one of the wrecked cars. That was his car. And it was like one of those Nissan 300 ZXs.
Oh, right.
Reasonably rare, but it wasn't running. I'm gonna not cane myself too much because it had grass coming out under the wheels. It sat there for a while, but it certainly wasn't on fire, and it certainly wasn't a wreck. But
you turned it into a wreck.
He's got a nice spike hole on the bonnet now. So. No one said anything after that, so I maybe got away with it. But yeah, he certainly knew about it because he had a word to someone about it. But anyway. So yeah, hooligan tools. Yeah,
they're good. What's something every new firefighter learns pretty quickly?
Yeah, get the dishwasher emptied and make sure the station's clean. Yeah, I think they learn that they don't sit down too early in the job, and maybe don't talk too loud in the first wee while. That's been a tradition for probably forever.
Yeah.
You know? But no, I think yeah.
What's one thing that makes a great firefighter?
Work ethic has got to be up there. I think you've got to be prepared to pull your sleeves up. Yeah, and that's one I know, but there's many. Team player, work ethic, I can't decide. Yeah.
And finally, this is a question I ask every single guest. Is this still, with everything that's going on at the moment, is this still the best job in the world?
100%, yeah.
And why?
Yeah. Oh, I said it earlier. I just think it's a unique job where we get to do things that help the community for one, and they're outside the normal realms of society. So we have to know what we're doing, and when it's on, we need to be able to do it. And I think I get a buzz out of seeing great outcomes, but I get a buzz out of big jobs where people are just on the go working. So I just think it's unique, and the skills we have, we don't always use, but when we do, man, I'd love to see us just get out there and do it. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, it's been a cool yarn, and it's been really cool getting to know you, mate.
Yeah, you too, mate.
Snowy,
awesome. Thank you. Hey, and excellent thing you're doing here, mate. I think it's really cool, and I'm going to jump on. I'm going to listen to every podcast because it is good to hear a few backstories about people, how they tick and why they tick in this job, and their background. So good on you, mate. It's a cool thing.
Cheers, man.
This is the station yard. Real talk round the table, scars and all. From the first due rush to the long ride home when the sirens fall. Real firefighters, real conversation. Yeah, we're stitching up the brave and the scarred. Pull up a chair, lean in and listen. Every yarn's got a truth at its start. At its start.